All right, you guys, so I have my coil bowl here and I'm gonna show you how to smooth out the inside, although it's sort of sad because it's so pretty. I want you to notice, like in these areas though, I did take a little bit of clay and shaped them to those spots. You can either leave them open, I don't know if you have those spots, but you could leave them open and have it breathe. It's totally okay, but I wanted to fill it in, especially since I knew I was gonna smooth the whole inside of the pot out. So you can either leave it like this, but if you do, I would definitely come in and clean some of this up. So I made this really quickly. So I have slip marks areas, you know, I've got some areas that have little cracks. So if you do want to keep your coils exposed, totally okay, but you need to definitely come back and smooth smooth those coils out and make them look nice and pretty. So that's what you would do if you don't want to smooth it out. If you do want to smooth it out, if you have a wooden spoon, that would work way better. But if you have a metal spoon, that's okay. The only reason why I say wooden spoon works better is because the edges aren't so sharp and so like skinny to like make more marks in there. They're a little bit more rounded. So I'm going to use both of these just to show you, like this is going to be like my wooden spoon because the edges are a little bit more rounded, like especially right here, a little bit more rounded like a spoon would be, like a wooden spoon would be, instead of a metal spoon where it's really skinny and like that. So what you would do, let's do the spoon first so you can see. I would put my like pointer finger in here, and then you're going to use this part of the spoon to smooth it out. So I would start in the middle, and I would definitely turn my bowl and go multiple ways so that I get those cracks all filled in. So back and forth, and I'm just sort of going in different directions, smoothing it out. But you can see if I start going like this, I get those marks right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I get those marks that sort of I don't necessarily want so much. So I'll switch to this, and I can move some of this clay on top of itself. And you're gonna have like extra clay like this, you just put it off the side. You're gonna have marks in here, and that's okay, especially depending on the how thick your coils were. Like, did you keep them consistent or some a little bit smaller? Like I can tell this one that was in the middle was a little bit thicker, which isn't bad since we're spreading it all out. But going down and going up and across is really helping to fill all this space in. And then after you do this, you're definitely gonna have to take a look at your top edge and say, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to like fix it at all? My edge is not consistent by any means, and I wanted it like that. I didn't want it to be consistent. So again, just going back and forth, really making sure all those gaps are getting filled in. I definitely like the wooden one a little bit better because it does, it's just a little bit easier on the clay. You know, some of this clay I can even take off and like put in some areas where it's a little, I don't know, shallower. Yeah, that's a good word for it. A little shallower so that it gets into those crevices that maybe are hard to reach. And not that you can't use your finger, you totally can. It also depends on how wet your bowl is. My coils are a little bit dried out, so it is easier with a tool instead of my fingers, but your fingers will definitely work in this. These coils are a little bit thicker than the ones I just smoothed out, so I'm going to move some clay over that way so it becomes a little bit more even. And these were starting to come apart, so I just gotta hold them with my fingers, you know, go them back and forth a couple different ways to smooth them out. So this hasn't taken me long at all. And I'm going a little bit quicker. Okay, so now what I would do is I would definitely take some water. I'm gonna take, ooh, I need more. And come in here and make it super, super smooth. This will also help fill in some of those areas, like there's a crack there, so I'm gonna take some, actually my top slip that can stick in there. I am pressing too, so I'm not just like being super gentle with it. I am pressing down to, again, make it a little bit more even, and this helps push everything together. All right, so after you have all of this sort of like good to go and smooth, the next thing you need to do is you need your bowl to dry out a little bit. Because what you have to do then, and I'm gonna flip mine over and fingers crossed it doesn't like implode on me, right? Because mine is a little bit drier. So the next thing you need to do is you need to carefully turn it inside out, or take it out of your bowl for a second there. And then I would come back and see, like, where do I need to smooth out? And you have to be super gentle because nothing's underneath it. I could probably let my bowl dry out a little bit more, but there's a lot of wrinkles on it. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a ton of wrinkles everywhere, and I would need to sort of smooth those out. I don't necessarily need to smooth out like where these coils meet, because I like that, but I definitely need to smooth out some of those. So I'm gonna put it back on because it's not ready. Ooh, and smooth. Oh, I'm totally bending it. Let's see, don't do it right away. See, look, it totally broke that. So put some slip there, and hopefully on the other side it's circles, so that's not bad. I had circles there, so that's okay. What I would do, because I ruined it a little bit, is I would come in here with some extra clay, like here's a piece here, and come in here and repair that. But yes, wait till your bowl's a little bit drier, and then turn it upside down very carefully. If you have another bowl that's like a little bit smaller than this, a really great idea would be to put it in here and then flip it over, and then you can smooth that out so that it has something to help support it, right? So when you're done creating your coil bowl, this is what you have an option of really making it nice and super smooth on the inside. If you're not gonna make it smooth, then you still have to make the inside coils look nice and the outside coils look nice. So you don't just get to like ignore the outside, because that's one of the most important parts. So that's tips and tricks on how to smooth out both edges. I would highly suggest putting a bowl in the middle and turning it upside down. 1 second though, hold on. Like, this is the same bowl that I used as this, so I could put it in here, but I have to be careful because it has a different kind of edge. So I would definitely need to pad this, or else I'm gonna make a giant indent in here. So I would have to take like paper towels or newspaper and put it on top of here, so that when I was smoothing, I don't make a really big indent on the inside of my bowl. Unless you like that look, and it actually might not look too bad, but just a warning on that for you guys. So happy smoothing.